Howdy, I'm Northern Dice, and I'm going to be unboxing Fantastic Factories by Meta Factory Games. This is not the Kickstarter edition, this is a passion purchase. I'm making a lot of those recently. A purchase that I made simply because I saw a game, did a bit of research, fell in love. This is still half blind in the sense that I'm not entirely sure what to expect, but I have done a little bit more research than normal, and I think it was more down to how excited I was. So, achieve industrial dominance. Race against other players to build the most efficient set of factories in the fewest number of rounds. Carefully manage your blueprints, train your workers, and manufacture as many goods as possible. With over 30 unique blueprints, you'll discover new combinations of whimsical factories every time you play. Very cool. And the artwork I also fell in love with. I thought that was really, really nice. The purchase on this one may also be quite influenced by the fact that they've got another Kickstarter coming out soon, with even more content for this, but it depends how I get on with this one. So seeing someone play for 5 minutes, it's different to actually experience it yourself. So, kick off with the rules. Nice and pictorial. Terminology. Fair amount of text on page. There we go, that's better. Images. I work better with pictures. Game end. Solo rules, very cool. And an appendix for the card type, so it's not as scary. Oh, even tips and strategies. Nothing wrong with a bit of Game Shark. I think that this is going to be a really lovely game. And that's me having strong bias from the outset. But proof's in the pudding as normal. So what we've got here, we've got a punch board. Do not discard after punching. Put this sheet back in the box underneath to keep the insert flush with the lid. I learnt that off of another reviewer, Pete of the Hairy Game Lords. He pointed that out on one of his reviews, and I've always done it since. And you know what? It does make a difference. I've even done it for somewhere they're just a little bit protruding, but I don't know. Feels better than putting back into the recycling and getting, landfilled potentially. Anyway, back to this. Punch quality. Really, really nice. Lots to punch, and I hate punching, but I do like the fact that they look like two little boxes. They've not just done a circle, it is actually the shape of, which I think is a really quirky extra. This metal does look a bit generic, almost like some out of word art, but I can forgive that. I mean, how else do you show metal, really, against an image? I've just actually noticed this. What do these say? Oh, bonuses, not used in game. How wonderful, but I guess it's to keep everything uniform. These, on the other hand, are completely different, and I think these are to determine what cards are discarded. I'm not sure, I don't remember. As I say, I watched 5 minutes of gameplay, fell in love, did a bit of research on the reviews, and listened to the gurus. Baggies in baggies in baggies. It's always nice when they provide those. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of baggies. I genuinely don't think I'm going to need this many. And then we have got some very loosely... Ooh, those are indented. Ooh. Some very loosely bagged... Give me a mo. Some very loosely bagged player boards, which are visually really nice, but also seeing that they have got spaces inside them, undeniably for those dice, means that they aren't going to rattle off your board, which is quite nice common sense stuff. Not necessary, but attention to detail is always appreciated. We have got this, which is a first player token, I believe. Very weighty bit of wood. Can you call it a meeple? You can call it a meeple, really. And then we have got 2 decks of cards, which I think are mixed decks. So we'll crack open this one first and have a quick butcher through some of the cards. So, Aluminium Factories. These are alphabetical from the look of it, but let's just go for this. Mega Factory. So what can we work out from this? Spaces for dice. Cost. Victory points. What it produces. Look at that. I'm a professional already. Not sure what the dots at the bottom are for. Obelisk. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's just... You may build more than one obelisk. Interesting. But it is worth extra VP. Interesting. Interesting. Let's crack open the next one. I'm not going to care to tell you how long that actually took me. The little foil pull was on a very bad corner. I couldn't get it. Nails are far too short. And then we've got more factories, blueprints, more blueprint cards, apologies, stick those there. And these, obviously, you cannot make. These are people, so these are going to be contractors for hire. Very cool. Can't see a cost for these boys and these girls and these lovelies. So, oh, these guys have costs. So some of them have costs, some don't, but they give you bonuses. Some of these seem very powerful. I can't imagine you're going to get to keep these. And then you've got prompts for players. Oh, a legend. Not often you see a legend, is it? And solo around the machine and the player. Very cool. Last thing, let's have a quick look at these dice. I do like the insert has actually got the name in it. Not that you're ever going to lose the insert and think, oh my goodness, what is this game for? Aha, of course, it's for Fantastic Factories. What else would it be for? Just get 3 dice out. And these are just really pretty dice. Translucent, clearly coloured, and engraved little dots. Pips, I think they're called. And they come in all the flavours and white, but I don't think there's a white player, so I'm going to hazard a guess that those are probably shared or collected as necessary. Very cool. Right, I'm really impressed by the component quality in this and just generally the components in total. Really excited to get this to the table and played just on that basis of how excited I was when I did a bit of research on it. But as normal, proof's in the pudding, and whether I back the next Kickstarter is going to be determined on how much I love this, but I feel like it's going to be a lot. Till then, catch you next time. Thank you for sticking around.